We get a sense of self based on what we consider great, happy, pleasant, or we shrink in a sense of self based on what we consider not pleasant, good, bad. Yes or no? When it's in front of you, when the possibility is there, when you could do it and you choose not to, this is detachment. When you say no to certain things, you conserve the power of will, right? Willpower, that's the word I used for intention. And when that is strong, then the power of the divine is behind your action. Power of life is behind you. Jai Gurudev. Everybody well? Okay. I think we begin with verse 15, Mala.
नादत्ते कस्यचित् पापम् न चैव सुकृतं विभुः अज्ञानेनावृतं ज्ञानम् तेन मुह्यन्ति जन्तवः.
The omnipresent God does not partake the virtue or sin of anyone. Knowledge is enveloped by ignorance. Hence, it is that beings that are constantly falling a prey to delusion. The omnipresent God does not partake in the virtue or the sin of anyone. We do what we do. God is the divine force. Consciousness is untouched by it. This is clear. No, by now we are very clear. There is no karta in the divine. There is no doership in the divine. We've talked about this. It's a constant unfolding. No, the waves don't arise on the ocean because the ocean is doing something to make waves. It's just a happening. Yes? Lightning strikes. It's not, oh, I now want to go and create lightning. Lightning happens. It's not, there's no doership, there's no planning, organizing in that sense. That's purposeful. That's thinking. Is this clear? So when there's no doership, you are not responsible for the good or the bad, the merit or the demerit. It doesn't touch the divine. Why does it touch us? Because we think we do or don't do. So those who do reap the rewards or lack of rewards. Hi, you're waving. Hi. Are you teaching Dad the knowledge? Kids do that. You don't need this. You need a couple of kids. You'll learn it all on your own. Don't worry. So, the divine does not partake in the virtue or the sin of anyone. Those who do reap the consequence. Knowledge is enveloped by ignorance, meaning knowledge. When sometimes we say Atma Jnana, it's a little absurd because Atma is knowledge. It's not knowledge of Atma. That's a different story, right? Atman is knowledge. Knowledge is the self. Knowingness, wisdom is innate to our nature. This is clear, no? So, what is knowledge is enveloped by ignorance. What is the ignorance that we keep coming back to? I am this body. I and me and mine. This is the ignorance that veils, that covers, if you will, envelops is the word, the Atman, the self, the knowledge, the wisdom, that we are spark and part and parcel of the divine. Yes? Hence, it is that beings are constantly falling a prey to delusion. So those who are covered in that delusion, that ignorance, they fall prey to the merits and the demerits. Yeah? Go ahead.
ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज् ज्ञानम् प्रकाशयति तत्परम्.
In the case, however, of those whose said ignorance has been destroyed by true knowledge of God, that wisdom, shining like the sun, reveals the Supreme. It's quite clear, no? If the knowledge is truly destroyed, not a glimpse, not a concept, not memorizing, not copy paste, but one who is established in knowing the self, who has no two, who sees that all is oneself, is divine. That one shines like the sun, revealing the Supreme, like Gurudev. Very simple, very clear. No? Continue.
तद्बुद्ध्यस्तदात्मानस्तन्निष्ठास्तत्परायणाः गच्छन्त्य पुनरावृत्तिम् ज्ञाननिर्धूतकल्मषाः.
Those whose mind and intellect are wholly merged in Him, who remain constantly established in identity with Him, and have finally become one with Him, their sins being wiped out by wisdom, reach the supreme goal, hence there is no return. Okay, well, tell us what we don't know. How we get there, we have been somehow told until now, though it sometimes seems very elusive, does it not? When you read a verse like these, that's so clear, you know, someone whose mind and intellect are wholly merged in Him. I don't know about you, but for me, it seems like, really, how is that even possible? Wholly merged. That means mind has been given up and the intellect also has been given up. It doesn't mean one doesn't have an intellect. You look at Gurudev, there's a clear, sharp, focused intellect and complete presence of mind. But where is it? It's always in that state of the divine, connected to that, not me. Look, all of the problem starts with what? Doership. When do we have doership? The moment me exists, right? So if you look from Gurudev, he doesn't have, well, maybe we have to even go further. The moment there is a you, there's a me, and the moment there's a me, there's a you. Those whose mind and intellect are wholly merged in Him, who remain constantly established in identity with Him. There's no me. The doership has completely died. There is no me. There is no you. When that is there, then there's no return. Yes. Look, I don't know. To me, it seems like really that seems so far away. Is that even possible? How is that even possible? And I suppose, in a way, it's great to have that, because it's not by our doing that we attain anything. If it's so, we and our doing are much bigger than the goal. Yes? Perhaps it's a way how it keeps us little naman, little bit humbled and head down, you know, like, oh, this is far beyond anything I can think, feel, or do. And yet the most that I can do is be aware that there is something higher, above, bigger. No? We say, and the moment we say Jai Gurudev, right? It's a reminder that there's something bigger. In that victory of grace, let's begin this. Good morning, how are you? It's so. Let your day be filled with that love and light. That reminder again and again and again, helpfully and assuming the intellect drops away and the mind drops away, and what remains is this sense of identity that it's bigger than me and mine, and there is no you and there is no me, there's just the one. Yes? Continue.
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिन् हस्तिने शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः.
The wise look with equanimity on all, whether it be Brahman endowed with learning and humility, or a cow, or an elephant, or a horse, or it doesn't matter, an enemy, a rich, a poor, a tall, a short, it doesn't matter. One who is established in the being, one who's moving towards the being, one who is letting go of me, myself, and I, where the you and I don't exist, then we see everything in equanimity. Behavior is what it needs to be, but the internal drishti, the internal awareness is like a parent with many kids. A parent who has 2, 3, 4 kids. Their love, their vision is my children, yes? But they do not interact, behave, make choices for the 10-year-old the same way they might for the 18-year-old or for the 5-year-old. The behavior, the outer expression may vary, but the internal drishti of one who is wise, one who is established, sees all equanimity, all as one. And that, I think the children example is really very good, because even our siblings we cannot see with equanimity. Isn't it? Somewhere you connect more with one, somewhere another. Oh, that's my brother. Well, that one's my other brother. Even how we express it, we say something. But with children, we say, oh, I have 4 children. It's the same internal awareness, look, until a certain age. And then also that starts to change, doesn't it? Once kids become a certain age and they're older, then we want them to show up in a certain way. And if they don't, then we start to have another, the older one, look, my children, the younger one is, and then that starts to happen. Yes? Equanimity. Continue.
इहैव तैर्जितः सर्गौ येषां साम्ये स्थितं मनः निर्दोषं हि समं ब्रह्म तस्माद् ब्रह्मणि ते स्थिताः.
Even here is the mortal plane conquered by those whose mind is established in equanimity. Since the Absolute is untouched by evil and is the same to all, hence they are established in Paramatma. So even while living, while in the body, you're conquered by those whose mind is established. Even the world, the things that we have to do, look, we know this. The more balanced we are, the more equanimous we are, the better, easier we handle the challenges of the world and life. Yes? It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's home or work or friends or seva or anything. The more centered, more calm, more equanimous. If you notice again and again and again, it's just 2 things. Getting over craving and aversion. I like it, I want it, I don't like it, I don't want it. This is good, this is bad. I hate it, I don't hate it. We constantly move between this pendulum, and again in this chapter, if you notice, it keeps coming back to being in balance, meaning rising above the pairs of opposites. We cannot forget the verse, I think it was in Chapter 2, right? The chapter 2, maybe verse 62, somewhere, those verses where he's talking about if the mind continuously thinks about, ponders, wonders, plans, looks into the same thing, that becomes what? A desire. Again and again and again, if the mind dwells on an idea, a concept, an object, a person, a thing, even though it may not have meant anything to you before, but haven't you noticed you keep hearing about something and at some point you say, you know what, I didn't used to think much about it, but now I think I like it. Or it would be interesting, I want it. That would be fun to do. That sounds interesting, I'll have to check it out. Have you not heard yourself or someone say that? It was not there in your awareness before. But you heard about it once or twice, maybe you went and looked it up, and then you heard some more about it and you got a little glimpse of it, and before you know it, yeah, one of these days I really want to go to Iceland. I hear so much about it, and you look up Iceland and people come back and then they show you photos, and before you know it, you have a desire to go to Iceland. And then it becomes deeper. The more you start to dig into it, it's no just longer a desire. Now it becomes a craving. There's a heat that gets attached to it. What's happening? We're going out of equanimity. We were centered, we were fine one way or the other. Iceland is there or not, good or bad. You are not pushed or pulled in any direction about Iceland. But the moment the mind went into it, oh, my friends, they didn't have a good time. I start having an aversion about, I don't know, Iceland, it's cold. I heard it's now touristy. Yeah, it's become super expensive. No, I don't want to go. And then your partner says, let's go to Iceland. That's it. You have a long discussion about it at home, why you should not go to Iceland. Yes? Then an aversion starts. Your mind was empty. It was neither for or against. It was Iceland. You just knew it as a word. Chintan. Chintan is what? It's a good word is thinking? Is that a good word? Like chintan.
Worry.
Contemplating.
Contemplating. Yeah. Chinta is worry. Chintan is just pondering, thinking, contemplating, dwelling on an idea, looking it up, researching it. Oh, where did you go? Iceland? Oh, tell me, I've been hearing about it. See, that's Chintan. Oh, where did you go? Send me the link. Oh, and then it keeps growing, and before you know it, it's become a thing. You have now a relationship with it, a connection to it, which becomes a desire. And then that becomes heat. And then you go, and that desire, you get it fulfilled. What happens? You're back. You're back to square one. Somewhere along the way, it was nice, but something starts to come. The tail always follows. I'm telling you, the one thing that's bruised in our system is our butt. It is constantly but. It's always bruised. We never can sit at peace. And it's very interesting. That verse cannot be forgotten. The moment we're out of balance, equanimity, if it's not fulfilled, frustration, if it's fulfilled, again, we start the same cycle. And from there, from craving, from that desire, anger comes. And from anger, what follows? Memory doesn't function very clearly. We delude ourselves. I remember then. No, what are you talking about? That never happened. The memory starts to create stories. That's a delusion of memory. No, we add stories to the story. And then the intellect doesn't reason anymore. My God, I'm just trying to explain why we cannot go in October to Iceland. But this person just wants, it's October. But no, they're not listening. The reason goes. And when reason goes, we are in ruin. So again and again, in different ways, they're coming back to rising above the pairs of opposite. Lord Krishna is again and again reminding us about equanimity. One who rises above, one who sees me in everything. Me as in Lord Krishna. No? One who sees that it's all me, it's all in me, then neither the merit or the demerit become part of your bhog, consequence. Yeah? Continue.
न प्रहृष्येत् प्रियं प्राप्य नो द्विजेत् प्राप्य चाप्रियम् स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढो ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः.
He who, with firm intellect and free from doubt, rejoices not on obtaining what is pleasant and does not feel perturbed on meeting with the unpleasant, that knower of Brahma lives eternally in identity with Brahma. Right? One who does not crave, something good happens. What happens? For a moment, what happens? Everything's amazing. I just can't tell you, it's amazing. How long does it last? A moment, 2, 10. And then, oh, it's terrible. I can't. The one who doesn't rejoice and get lost in what is pleasant, nor goes down in what is unpleasant. That is what this is very difficult. I think it's very difficult because our senses grab a hold or push away what it doesn't want. It can be the smallest of things. That's not, that's not contrary to enjoying fully. If you see Gurudev, any little thing, any small thing, any story, he finds humor in things. He enjoys, whether it's food or sightseeing or some piece of music. Oh, so beautiful. Some chant. Have you noticed some verse that maybe is in Tamil or something, and then he'll sing it, and he'll sing it for us again and again, and so beautiful that the joy of it takes him into transcendence, into ecstasy, isn't it? So this is not contrary to enjoying. It's that we have a sense of good or bad about ourselves. This is the subtle thing that happens. Something good happens, we feel good, we are elated. Something bad happens, we feel down, we shrink, we contract. That never happens to the Guru. Whatever the events in life, they come and they go, they come and they go, and the joy of it comes and goes, and the unpleasantness of it comes and goes. Never does he identify himself with the joy or with the unpleasantness. Is that what we do? No. We are completely identified with the joy, the pain, the pleasure, the discomfort, as if it's us. Now, we don't have to get into, Atma and spirit or any of those things. Just think about that for a moment. You drive out with a certain car, you feel very good about yourself. It's funny, when I first came to LA from New York, so I had to buy a car, but I had ridiculous number of student loans, and I got a used car. It was a Pontiac. I don't even know if it exists today. I don't even know if you guys know what it is, but in LA, it used to be a little white car that the traffic people had. They give you the ticket, this little white car, and boom, I was a big lawyer. So I went to work with my little car, and there was this guy named Brian. He said, let's meet for lunch. I kept saying no. For one thing, he had red hair, so that in itself was a problem for me for whatever reason. But anyway, he kept asking and asking, and I said, okay. So he said, shall we drive together? I said, no, I'll bring my own car, because I needed a way out. If I want to leave, I want to leave, So I said, no, I'll bring my own car. So turned out he parked right in front of me, and I pulled in behind him. He couldn't believe it. He just kept saying, this is your car? This is your car? I said, yes, it's my car. So I see that it had gotten his belly, like he just couldn't handle it. He didn't know what to do. We went into the restaurant to eat, And I knew like this is not going to go very well. I don't know why I agreed to this lunch. And the person went like this to the waiter. I said, what did you just do? Did you just, and his thing was, yes, we don't have much time. Don't you think you need another car? He brought up the car again, So I said, guess what? You want to go out with my car or don't want to go out with my car. So do me a favor. Which car do you like? Why don't you go take that to dinner or lunch? I gotta go. Then I left. The identity of who we are is the object, it's the person. Haven't you noticed sometimes it's not about, get into the guru's room. I got into, it's you didn't and I did. Therefore, I am very important. Have you noticed that? It's not just with cars, okay? The guru also becomes our sense of me. I'm important because I got into the car with him. He's looking in the rear view mirror going, get out. Does that ever happen? So many times you get in the car, you're sitting in the back seat, and you know somebody doesn't, and that front mirror comes down and he looks and you can see and you're like, oh no, Shivai, invisible. And you escape and somebody he looks to the nurse, say, no, why not you go in the other car? We get a sense of self based on what we consider great, happy, pleasant, or we shrink in a sense of self based on what we consider not pleasant, good, bad. Yes or no? This is important. It's not contrary to joy. It's getting attached. What does attachment mean? You become it, the event. You do not keep space between the event that's passing and you, who is just watching and enjoying it come and go, come and go. But I'm sure you notice as more and more sadhana and more time has passed, you notice that the gap is increasing, isn't it? Yes? Yeah. The gap is increasing. Okay, continue. What number are we on?
We are on 21, Didi. बाह्यस्पर्शेष्वसक्तात्मा विन्दत्यात्मनि यत्सुखम् स ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा सुखम् अक्षयमश्नुते.
He whose mind remains unattached to sense objects derives through meditation the sattvika joy which dwells in the mind. Then that yogi, having completely identified himself through meditation with Brahma, enjoys eternal bliss. He whose mind remains unattached to sense objects. This is the key. In that whole sentence, what is the key? We talked about this, in different ways. Lord Krishna comes back to the same similar points: sense control, discipline. We don't really, do you notice we control our senses while we don't have the object in front of us? Have you ever thought of that? No, I don't mind. I don't need to eat that. I can eat whatever's there, no problem. Well, that's because you don't have any other option. The moment there's another option, you don't have the same sense control. Have you ever noticed that? Wherever you are, no problem. Whatever's there, it's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, Didi, that's amazing. You just eat khichdi. Yeah, well, just now go ahead and put those little idlis that Sharmila makes, where she roasts them on both sides and put some ghee on it. And then it's like, okay, no, leave the khichdi. Give me that. Yes? Where is the sense control? And it's okay, enjoy the khichdi, but your belly saying don't eat the idli. You're not allowed to eat the idli. Okay, I'll just have a little piece. Yes? So it's not so simple, sense control, We're very proud. I know, no problem. That's okay. It doesn't bother me. I can do whatever. It's fine. I'll sleep wherever. Well, yeah, you got a chair and you got the floor. That's your option. So of course you'll sleep wherever. You don't have a king-size princess bed, so what are you going to do? Oh, I'm fine, wherever, I'm fine. No. We have sense control when the object of the sense is not in front of us. But when it's in front of us, some little story, this little cobra wakes up its little head above and then it says, oh, it's been a long time. I normally don't do that, but today I will. Some little story. We did like totally, we dive in and then we figure out and then we eat a little piece of it. I'll just sleep a little longer. I've been getting up at 5 o'clock every day and I really felt sleep, like I could sleep today a little bit, so I slept a little extra. Okay. But it's the way we trick our own mind, into that little extra. Oh, I do all the time. I do 8-second stage, but I'm gonna, anyway, there's Sunday Kriya coming up, so 2 is enough. Okay, and these were, no, the other day I was in the car, and boom, there was a car thing, so I think I'll just do this. Yes or no? The mind is very tricky. I mean, but it is really like that. We find a way to somehow, keep pushing the envelope, as they say. But really, as long as, this is a key thing, unattached to sense object. When it's in front of you, when the possibility is there, when you could do it and you choose not to, this is detachment. And we have to practice it. This is clear. From time to time, we have to practice it. I really want it, but I'm going to say no. I am bigger than that. Unattached from sense object. Why? Because the mind becomes powerful. Do you understand that it's a way to conserve life force? The moment you can say no to something, you build a certain kind of vitality, a certain life force in the system. Do you get this piece? It's very important. And then you can use that life force, that power, that energy towards something bigger. You need a certain amount of life force to do anything in life, including being happy. And looking to oneself, you need even more. 3 things, 100% are required on the path. 3 things. Number 1 is, we say intention, but, we misunderstand intention. Intention means like drada. Willpower is really a better word. Even when we talk about intention, when Gurudev, or when we say, I'm going to take an intention to bring 500 people, 5,000 people, or whatever it is, I want, my intention is to grow my business, whatever the intention is, it's not an idea. This is clear, right? It's not an idea. It's power behind the idea. That's really willpower. This will happen. I will make this happen through grace, through God, through that drada force that is behind the idea. That is intention. Not an idea of we're going to do this and, everybody come together in our intention, willy-nilly with no, strength. Do you understand this? So this is very, very important, number 1. And isn't that doership? Yes, but not doership in the sense of like, I'm going to do it, but the divine is with me. This will happen. You have the right to act. But your action will not be clear if your mind is not clear. And we think that clear mind is just to throw out a fantasy. Fantasy is not an intention. It's the knowingness. That's why I started with prana, life force. When you say no to certain things, you conserve the power of will, right? Willpower, you know, that's the word I used for intention. And when that is strong, then the power of the divine is behind your action. Power of life is behind you. The universe clears its way. The molecules organize and structure themselves in such a way that the path becomes clear. Then you will find yourself saying, I don't know how it happened. The idea was clear. It was certain that this would happen, and then somehow it happened. So you will still find yourself back in the light of and the will of God, in a sense. Is that clear? Could that be called Shraddha? You could, but it's more than Shraddha in what I'm talking about, or different from Shraddha in the willpower. It's this certain sense that, okay, I'm ready for whatever comes. You will not get lost when you take some action with that intention. If it doesn't go well, or it didn't go well, see, you will again pick yourself up and get back on the horse. That is willpower. That is intention. You notice the distinction between the Shraddha and what I'm discussing? Yes, give me a hands up. It's very,
Is
very
it Sankalpa?
important. Huh?
Sankalpa?
Yes, intention, sankalpa, that's exactly what I'm speaking about. But I'm just explaining that many times, like now Gurudev is coming, right? So I've had a couple of phone calls saying, Didi, we have taken this sankalp, and can you tell us what we can do? But the sankalp is an idea. Okay, we teach 10 people a month, brand new part one course. And now Gurudev's coming. And then we say, we're going to teach 1,000 people. That's our sankalp. You need something else beyond just an idea and a number to make it a sankalp. That's why I'm using the word willpower. And what did I say? Sense control or detachment from sense object builds the power, the willpower to go the distance. And the moment something doesn't happen the way you expected, you will not go down. You will not get caught in that. And if something, have you noticed? Oh, one person signed up today. Yay! Wow! Woohoo! Go Nandan! Have you seen those chats? I'm not against them. Okay, maybe I am. I'm not necessarily saying I'm not, but maybe I am. We can't. We're one person signed up. Okay, go team. 10 more. Yay, Sunanda, go. Okay, but elation because something good happened, you feel good within yourself about who you are. You are not somebody who needs this or that. The higher self is full and complete. We are born whole, full, complete. We do not need 10 people to sign up, and we certainly don't get down on ourselves when 10 don't sign up. And 10 can mean money, it doesn't have to be people. 10 vendors, 10 clients, doesn't matter. Are you with me? 3 things are needed in life, but certainly if you're moving towards freedom, looking to the truth of who you really are, number 1, sankalpa, but I mean willpower, that intention that come what may, I'm going to keep moving in this direction. That is willpower. Oh, I don't know, I can't meditate, my health is no good, so I can't meditate, so I give up. No. Find another road, but keep going. We do this in business, we do this in life, we do this in raising children, we do this in getting kids into school. Something doesn't work, we do something else, another thing. Don't we keep going? There's a strong willpower when we're raising children or when we're starting a new business. Yes or no? And those are the ones that really succeed. Yes, let me just see before I continue, a couple of comments here. Isn't that doership? Okay, I answered that. Shraddha, I assume you're saying important to be centered, not overjoyed when it's positive and not being upset when it's negative. I'm saying enjoy it, but know that you are separate from that. It is not bringing you joy, you bring it joy. It's this reverse. Gurudev used to give this example where, like, he would sit down, oh, see this sofa, it's not beautiful by itself. Because I sit in it, this sofa has value. Because I carry this purse, the purse has value, versus the purse gives me value. You remember that? All these conversations? That is what I'm saying. Very, very, very important. Shraddha is close to it, but willpower, it keeps you dynamic, it keeps you active, keeps you moving forward. No? Okay, continue.
ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्त कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः.
The pleasures which are born of sense contact are verily a source of suffering only through appearing as enjoyable to world-minded people. They have a beginning and an end. They come and go. Arjuna, it is for this reason that a wise man does not indulge in them. They come and they go. We know this, right? Pleasures born of sense contact, they come and they go. When we lose it, we want more. When we can't have it, we want more. We go up and we down. It's exactly what we spoke about just a moment ago. Clear. Very clear. Really very, very clear. When we think what we will get will bring us joy, then we get lost. It's the difference between I'm happy, I feel positive, I feel content, I feel full in myself, I'm going to go do that. That's a difference. In one, you're looking to become whole, in looking to become happier, looking to suddenly feel like it's important, therefore I'm important. Versus, I'm whole, I'm complete, I have whatever it takes, I am taken care of. The force of life that created me will make sure I will be okay. And with that, there's a strength in the power of what you're going to do. You go out and do. You don't get shaken then. You sometimes think about these athletes, how many games, how many competitions. There's something in them that makes them get back on the horse differently than a normal athlete, quote, normal athlete. No? And that is drada. Commitment is not a word. Willpower is really a good word for it. The power of the will to go the distance, come what may, continue in that direction. Can you think of yourself going for whatever, an Olympic medal, and again from the age of 6 or 7 or 8, 4 hours, 5 hours, 7 hours, 10 hours practice, go. Can you see yourself? Me, I can't. It's like, what? No? Doesn't matter what, I will go the distance. And there's fulfillment in them having gone the distance. Of course, they all want to win the gold medal or the bronze medal or the silver medal, but there's something in having gone the distance. Yeah? Continue.
शक्नोति हैव यः सोढुम् प्राक्शरीरविमोक्षणात् कामक्रोधोद्भवं वेगम् स युक्तः स सुखी नरः.
He alone who is able to withstand in this very life before casting off this body the urges of lust and anger is a yogi, and he alone is a happy man. Gurudev uses this sentence, anger is the price you pay. How does he say it? Anger is the price that you
Is the
pay.
punishment you give
Punishment.
yourself for other people's mistakes.
Exactly. It's the punishment we give ourselves for other people's mistakes. For somebody who like quickly would get to this page, so come on, don't you get it? This place from where I would come from. When I heard that sentence, it was suddenly like, wow. But it's not easy. The grooves in our system of how something is and how it ought to be and how is so deep. For me, the shift started to happen when I started to really realize that I think I impose awareness on other people. If I see it, I think they see it. How can you not see? Oh, I don't understand. How can you not see that? I didn't see it. But it wouldn't register for me because my mind would impose the awareness that I had onto them. And then you suddenly realize, oh wow, they have certain awareness that I don't have, and they do the same back to me. Didi, didn't you see that? Oh, no, okay. Like, yes or no? And this happens parents to children. Why do parents and children, what is a generation gap? You have the experience, you as the parent has the experience, the awareness, the learning, and the clear knowing of the consequence of A to B. But they don't yet. That's a generation gap. Do you understand what a generation gap is? We make it into a huge thing. It's simply you have a generation of experience in life to know. And you verbally told them that, explained it to them, but they don't have the experience. It's not their own information, learning, knowledge. And so they just blow you off. They're like, oh God, give me a break, Dad, Mom, come on. We've all been there where we've rolled our eyes until you become a parent or become a certain age or have to deal with a bunch of students and then you go, oh my God. They didn't have the experience, the life experience, the knowing, the knowledge. And as parents, teachers, we think, well, I told you, but speaking it is not the same as having the awareness. Awareness comes when it's your experience, when it's coming through you by owning it, or you're very, very sensitive. Then you get it through other people by observing them. But that doesn't happen when we're kids. We're not that sensitive. No, we're like a bull in a china shop. We can knock anything over. Isn't it? As kids? So this really, for me, it was a big thing to suddenly like, wow, not only is punishment, I don't know that I really even understood till recently, maybe several years, the toxicity of the impatience and the frustration that comes in our own system when we get upset. I'm not talking just about this like momentary thing, like a line in water, like Gurudev says, oh, come on, people, let's go. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where it stays with you, it ferments. I'm very fortunate. I don't know for what reason. It's not stuff that stays with me. For me, it's a but even so, it's a toxic thing. Why carry such a load? If we get clear about the price, then we start to reduce it. If not stop it, we at least reduce it. And there are people who are brilliant, who don't say it, who don't show it out, but internally you can see they're sizzling, It's like, okay. Like you just pushed a button. They sizzle. Don't you know people like that? But they don't feel that they're like, no, it doesn't touch me. No, it's doing more than touch you. It's like there's a blue flame at the butt, It's very difficult for people. Are you understanding this? So Lord Krishna is really pointing out, of course, the obvious, who is a happy person, who is a yogi. one who has, he alone who is able to withstand in this very life, before casting off this body, the urge of lust and anger. Yes, he's saying the obvious, but he's also pointing out something. How come only those two things are there? Think how difficult it must be in the nervous system that he has to go and specifically point out these two things. Kama, lust, and anger. These two things, how challenging they must be, how much of an obstacle these two things must be in our path. That's what I because the obvious is there. Yes, he alone is a happy man. Yes. Obsession and anger, freedom from the two things, takes you obviously to the obvious place. Yeah. 7 o'clock. Let's do one more and see. Go ahead.
योऽन्तः सुखोऽन्तरारामस् तथान्तर्ज्योतिरेव यः स योगी ब्रह्मनिर्वाणम् ब्रह्मभूतोऽधिगच्छति.
He who is happy within himself enjoys within himself the delight of the soul, and even so is illumined by the inner light, the light of the soul. Such a yogi, identified with Brahma, attains Brahma, who is all peace. He who is happy within himself enjoys within himself the delight of the soul. We're saying, right, similar things in different ways. If you are happy and then you act and you do whatever it has to, you see that the universe gets behind you. The joy, the light, the energy of the spirit, of the divine gets behind whatever is happening in front of us. But oftentimes we're frustrated, impatient, having a hard time, full of fear, anxiety, looking to become happy. Yes? It's starting out. How do you become happy? You don't have to do anything. Happiness needs no reason. Complaints, unhappiness needs a reason, but to be happy is a decision. I don't really care. I'm going to keep doing it. It's fine. Doesn't matter. Let's just keep going. Don't you know people who are like that? Some people, yes, oh, come on, guys, who cares? It's just let's go. Let's go. Oh, don't rain on my parade. It's going to be fine. Even little things, we were driving back and somebody said, oh, we're going to get stuck in traffic. And immediately my mind in the back and my mouth opened up. Stop saying that. We're going to be fine. You're going to see it's going to be amazing. Easy peasy. All the streets are going to open. I'm going to be there in time. Sure enough. No, but I'm just saying. No, well, don't just say. Don't just say. Just keep quiet. Okay. I wasn't trying to say anything. It's just that it's traffic hour. Oh my God. You're back again to the same thing. You can't let it go. Happy. No, we're driving. We're going to make it. If we don't make it, we'll deal with it then. But let's just drive now. Enjoy the donut and keep going. Like you're eating this donut. You're going to be happy. And we're going to be late. I'm going to choke on my donut now. Do you understand these? Little simple things. Oh, well, look at it. It's already 5:30. It's going to be, do you want to go or not go? Yeah, it would be wonderful. Then let's be happy and go. But you get all the buts. I don't want to see the buts. I'm not interested. But, 4 buts. Happy, joyful, a decision to say, come on, let's go. Happy vibes bring happy vibes. Contracted mind brings more contraction. 7:05. We have 5 more. You think we can do 1 per minute? Okay, Mala, go. Let's do one more. Let's see.
लभन्ते ब्रह्मनिर्वाणम् ऋषय क्षीण कल्मषाः छिन्नद्वैधायतात्मानस् सर्वभूतहिते रताः.
The seers whose sins have been purged, whose doubts have been dispelled by knowledge, whose disciplined mind is firmly established in God, and who are devoted to the welfare of all beings, attain Brahma, who is all peace. So, these are your qualifications to attain Brahma. Look at the four things. Number one, purged of sins means emptied out prarabdha karma. How do you empty out prarabdha karma? We've been discussing these in different chapters. How does that happen? Mind purifies, chitta purifies as we do nishtkam seva, as we do sadhana, as we take care of others, right? Then the mind starts to purify. The more we see ourselves, all this is divine, look, simple things. Before starting something, having a remembrance that, in the end, I have nothing to do with this. Use me as you will. Let this be your choice. Just little bit. Let thy will be done through these hands and these feet. Just a little reminder. Maybe it's not deeply felt, but the reminder resonates deeply in the system. Yes? Gurudev says, no, if someone says Scorpio, dharana. Someone says, oh, snake. Immediately the whole body has a reaction. Snake. There's a Scorpio behind you. The whole body chemistry releases like that. Let thy will be done. Use these hands and feet to do what is best. I'm here. Just that reminder before you start anything. Just like before you start anything, you offer the food, treating things as prasad, then whatever comes, okay, God bless, Jai Gurudev. Let's move forward. Let's continue. When it's finished, a little reminder. These hands and feet did the best they could. It's your will. Give me the strength to accept what comes my way. These are just little simple reminders. The mind has a reminder. It creates a reaction in the body. And the more we do that, slowly, something comes through. It establishes self. God's vibe, that energy increases in our system. Then it's no longer just a thought or an idea. Can you get what I'm saying? It's no longer just that. No? So number one, purging, meaning slowly purifying the chitta, the mind, the past karma, number one. And then doubts that have been dispelled by knowledge. What doubts? Oh, I'm not good enough. No, not those doubts. What doubts? What doubts? That I am Atman. I am not just this body. I am not just my thoughts. I am not just my emotions. These things come and go. I am not these temporary things. I am everlasting. I am Atman. I am love and light, the source of life itself. These slowly through knowledge, again and again reminding oneself, okay, this came and went. Who was watching? Who saw it? Where did it come from? Again and again asking, well then who am I? Second piece, dispelling we think dispelling doubt means becoming like in the psychological sense, self-confident and whatever that stuff. No, not that. I'm okay, I'm good. No. You are more than what you think. The divine is with you. That's second criteria. Whose mind is disciplined. Firmly established in God, disciplined, we've been speaking about this, where the objects, the senses don't run with the objects. No, the rein is in Lord Krishna's hand. The 5 horses of the chariot, the 5 senses, What is Lord Krishna doing? He holds the reins. They run as and when he wants them to run. Not continuously getting lost all the time, looking, seeing, watching more. Because the senses, as you know, it needs more to get fulfilled through that sense. Yes or no? You eat a little, oh, it's good. Now you need something more, something else, more. So being aware of that, disciplined mind, having some say over the mind. What do you have to do? Through knowledge. Mind runs, you have to again bring it back. It says, look what it says. It's disciplined mind firmly established in God. Knowledge was first. Second criteria was knowledge. Getting rid of doubts through knowledge. Now you have to utilize that knowledge. If the mind is running, you have to again, just like how you go back to your mantra in Sahaj, like that you have to bring the mind back, come back here. No? The divine. Somehow you have to bring it back to life, something bigger than its shenanigans. This is abhyasa, correct? Abhyasa, practice. Actually, this is practice. Mind is running. Oh, where did you go? Come back. Oh, what were you thinking? Come back. Not, I keep thinking. If you teach an advanced course, you just see those bundle of, my mind keeps thinking. Okay, so bring it back. Let it think and then say, but where did you go? Come back. With a little smile, with a little lightness. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Yes, and then the last one is, and who are devoted to the welfare of all things. Willingness to stretch your out of your comfort zone. Just a little, all things. Don't have to solve everything for everybody. But when somebody is in front of you, are you willing to be a little bit uncomfortable so that someone else can be comfortable? At peace. Okay, that is what it's saying. When you do these things, then you are established in Brahma, whose nature is peace. You know, somebody had written to me, I guess the last time towards the end, I said there's a difference between peace in the mind and peace. Do you remember this? Somebody wrote to me, I forgot who wrote that email. I don't even know if you're here. But yes, those are two distinct things. Quieting the mental surface activity of the mind is peace, but it can easily become disturbed. Right? Your mind, eyes land on something, you hear something, and the mind starts to again become busy. This is busy mind, which then through some activity, some way, we quiet it down and we say, I feel calmer. I? The mind feels calmer. I is always calm, quiet. The big self, that's peace. Peace of mind is relative. Peace is our nature. Do you get these two separate things? Yes or no? And we often think that it's the same. No? Oh my God, I feel so much better. I did Sudarshan Kriya. If the surface of the mind quieted down, we feel peace of mind. Surface waves of the ocean, you dove deep, but you didn't go to the bottom of the ocean where it's completely still. You just are not getting lashed around by the waves. Clear? This is clear. It's very important. Peace is who we are. It's an affirmative state of being, nature. Versus peace of mind. Calming the system down. You sleep, you wake up, you have a peace of mind, don't you? No? And we are closer that moment to that essence called peace. Closer. Yeah? All right, we'll stop here, whatever number that was, 25. Few more, and then we will be done with chapter 5. Okay, 7:15. Good. Any questions, comments? Vera, yes, go ahead, please.
You said there were three things about what we were talking previously, and two people have asked what are the other two things, and that was in my mind too. If you read in the chat.
Tell me what? Just a
You
minute.
said the three things, and you
Ah,
talked of
I didn't
one.
finish. Yes, yes, you need three things. So what was the first thing?
First one was something to do with the drirta.
Willpower,
Yeah.
right? Willpower. The second thing is strength for the unknown. Listen, it's not just I'm strong and I'll do. The willpower is I'm strong and come what may, good or bad, ups or downs, I will continue in balance the journey forward. But the second thing is unknown. Strength to move towards the unknown, to embrace that which is not known to us. We do not like this at all. Atman, journey to the self, is an unknown journey. Yes or no? So, strength to do that which is not known to us is very difficult for most people. You'll see in a very subtle way, we always go back to what we know, how it used to be, how it is, what you're used to, what your mom did, what dad did, what your culture does. Somehow or another, what an engineer does, what a lawyer does. We go back to what we know. The willingness to walk what is not known. What do you mean? Oh, I don't put your attention and feverish on the fruit. We know how to do that. We focus on the goal. We don't focus on our action, do we? Not focusing on the goal is an unknown experience for us. But you have to have strength to say, okay, I'm going to do that, because only when I go towards the unknown is something new going to come my way. Is that not true, even in a worldly sense? Only if you step into the unknown can something new, amazing, exciting, bigger can come your way. So the willingness to move towards the unknown part of you, this is important, very, very, very important. Right? And then the third thing is sanyama, meaning in the sense conserving life force. Because that ties back into this first step. Conserve, speak when necessary, discipline the mind, don't indulge, don't go on trying to convince somebody of something. It's very important to figure out, where do you drain? Conserve life force, which is needed for the first and the second. Do you see this? Look, that's an obvious statement, but we don't consciously conserve. Have you seen Gurudev? At some point, it's a long thing. If he gets in the car and it's your turn to be in the car, and he just lowers that thing and he looks a little, and then closes it back, and he doesn't respond. Eyes closed. Conserve sanyama. Coagulate your life force. Many different ways to do that. The biggest drain is our head, thinking. Okay, but maybe you cannot control that. But abhyasa becomes necessary. Oh, where did you go? Oh, come here. And unnecessary things. I sit in the car. I was in the car. I don't know. Oh, do they have these donuts in New York? Where do these What? No? The conversation, like, what do I care? So before I would get annoyed with that, and now I just sit there. They keep going with their thing. I just sit there. I look. And I do this, okay, my nose in the tree, my nose in the tree, my nose in the tree. I find my own thing. Or I just sit there, japa. Oh, look, it's evening. I'm not going to have time to do, okay, I better just do, okay, baby, I won't be able to do the whole thing. Start the japa, do Gayatri. I tell her, I'm sorry, look, mantra hinam, I start in the beginning. I'm just going to do the Gayatri, mantra hinam, kriya hinam, because I already know kriya hinam is absolutely going to be missing, because I'm going to come here and then it's 7:30. Conserve, coagulate your system. It's more than conserve. I want you to understand the statement I'm trying to say. Sanyama, like pull together, which is so necessary for step 1 and step 2. No? Who cares is a very big word for this 3rd step. I don't care. Come on, go. See, they're just like, okay, yes, okay. Big drama. Remember I think I told you, not everything is about your cat dying, so you don't need to have a big reaction for everything. Oh yeah, okay, it happened. Oh my God, wow. No. Center, coagulate, conserve, align. All right, so those are the 3 things, okay? Good, you reminded me. I didn't realize I didn't finish. All right. Anything else? Okay. We're just almost finished with chapter 5. I know maybe I can speed up at chapter 6. Okay, we could read like 3-4 verses at a time and then just generally comment or something. I don't know. Chapter it's not bad. It's 5 more than before. No, but
Didi, one question I had, like, I
yeah.
read one book, How Full is Your Bucket? And in that it talks about that if you are constantly thinking about something like food or something, it's better you fulfill it so that you constantly don't drain it. And here it is like willpower is like kind of pushing it back. So it's like, which one is better? Like, go and finish it or just control our senses?
No. See, so control and suppression are 2 different things. Correct?
Yeah.
If you're suppressing something and it's coming back at another end, better you finish it, but assuming you can finish it. Remember, senses are very tricky. It finishes one thing and it very slowly goes and finds another thing. So what you have to do is interject some wisdom into it. You have to learn to talk to your mind. You have to slowly, gently explain to yourself, like, okay, we'll do this, and that. Then where is it going to go? We never do that. We just get caught in the I want it, I can't. That's all we get caught in between. There's a whole thread in between I want it, but when I do, then this, then that, then that. So I'll wait. Okay, what I'll do is I'll just take a pinch and call it a day. No, like I had gone to visit somebody in the hospital and they cannot really eat certain foods. They just want them to eat very specific things, but they want specifically what they want, right? You're in bed, you want what you want. So just get them like a teaspoon and just put it in their mouth, and that's enough. Explain it. So sometimes it's this awareness, understanding, compassion with our own mind to move from A to B. It's not force. It's clear. Suppression is very different from discipline. No? Samaj. You have to be able to see the bigger picture within yourself. We never do that. We decide I'm going to discipline myself. We say, no, I can't, no. This is not Samaj. Big picture. Yes? Okay, how many? Okay, fine. You want it? Go ahead. When you give your mind permission like that, okay, consciously, with awareness, it doesn't want to indulge anymore. It's a monkey, It is okay. You want to do it? Okay. Go ahead. Finish it off. Go ahead. प्यार से, हल्का भाव से, with light-heartedness. If you say, then it doesn't, somehow that grabbing bite is not there. Have you noticed this or not? Yes or no? It's not there anymore. So you have to learn to do these. We cannot, the knowledge mustn't be emptied. Just the way you would gently explain it to a child, you have to give it to yourself. Okay, good. Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev. See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.